Bibil kirin namol breaking news Alhaji Mamadi Kurang mi yalonko atemu politician no mi yalonko afarman sande bakele Gambia politiko kon atle tara akafuta UDP ma United Democratic Party akafuta wollere bar mi munatna akafuta UDP ma aya beje bakesa worol bar jeni medo ka fale ko Gambia Kibaaro network jenen dinkra melen ko ni fa kibaso akenne ma jende ma dorum al subscribe ale comment ali alek ala baraka bag alben fe wato bela bibil kirin namolu Alhaji Mamadi Kurang mi yalonko atamu politician Gambian politician balamati aframan sana ni ada Gambia politiko barsa atla kafuta UDP ma ako mi na kafuta UDP ma ajele ko nyimbanko mota bondino na manke UDP ajele ko UDP ya tamandrinya oda malsa nyimbanko ta aya develop wala na akafuta UDP ma ako Gambiano biende kafuta UDP ma le nyimbanko bonde minketa loya usenu kuna dabo ala nyato ka akoto akoda ma dono se nyimbanko asa bonni nyum bulo kono bulo melen ko Gambiano bi e man la faade bari man dingo ko chokolo ko dia wala fo da ko angala moy Alhaji Mamadi Kurang na kabirin akafuta UDP ma ay kuma kangal min fo about UDP la koto mi na akafuta UDP ma a beje bake sa wotol bari angala moy Alhaji Mamadi Kurang na ka fayam ko bar congratulations ina UDP angala moy Alhaji Mamadi Kurang angala moy
Assalamu alaikum. I welcome everybody and thank you, all of you. We thank you for coming. Really appreciate it. Your presence as journalists is very important to us, important for the democracy in the Gambia. Obviously, today I initiated this press conference to speak about my political future. I feel that the Gambia is at a tipping point. The country with a young democracy, but the democracy is at stake. The future of the next generation is at stake. Our democracy is at the risk of being compromised. At the risk of being compromised, bearing in mind the failure of the transitional justice system that is supposed to be in place, at the risk of self-entrenchment. The country is at a tipping point. The economy, number one. Inflation is rampant. If you ask the government, they will say, but we are thinking as Gambians about our standard of living. Baluo be nyadire. Sundunda be nakala tol. That is what is at the mind of most Gambians. While the government is borrowing and borrowing, building, for us as Gambians, it is better to reflect on history. That we had a government, the PPP, and they have done tremendous infrastructural developments. But people were still asking for improved standard of living. The APRC had come and built roads, just like the PPP from Banjul to Basse, both North and South Bank. But one question that always remains in the mind of Gambians is our standard of living, the cost of living, the daily struggle of the families. That we don't need to tell each or ask each other, how is it going? The verdict, thousands and thousands of young people every day are taking the risk to go back way. While the government mortgages our life by borrowing and borrowing. Today, the national debt stands at over $100 billion. 50% of that, most of that, just in the last 8 years. As they borrow, there is a risk for the future generation. So the economic debate cannot just be over because the president come and say, "Ngasilolole from Kudang to Jafai," or from Serekenya to Jabakunda. The debate still remains that Gambians deserve better standard of living. My conviction is what brought me here today, that I need, as always, to have a say in where this country goes. 2026 is just at the corner. And every Gambian must ask yourself questions and must take decisions. As a student, I have stood up for student rights, even though it is not popular. At the university, I have done the same. Working as a young banker, I have made decisions as an auditor that did not favor me at that time, but I think is good for my country. At the Jane Commission, I have made decisions which may not be popular at that time, but I felt is good for the country. And therefore, as a politician, I must keep questioning myself of what I need to do in order to contribute to the country, in order to contribute and determine the destiny of the future. Therefore, at this point in time, I felt it is necessary for me to make a new political standpoint. 2026 is critical for every Gambian. Everybody must play a part. And my part, my journey, is the reason why I call this press conference today. And I must say, I have finally made up my mind that for 2026 December, while the country is at a tipping point, and what is holding us to fall? Are we going to let the country fall? We cannot let the country go astray. We cannot let the economy continue to go down the drain. So the question now is, what are the options? I have analyzed, and I have made no secret of what I think. That in 2026 December, it is necessary for every Gambian to stand up and say no to the third term of the presidency of Adama Barrow. The president says the law is in his favor. For the third term. We cannot go back to that story. We know the story. We know that in the transitional justice, every Gambian voted, every Gambian gave their voice that this country at least should try to be like our sister country, Senegal. Abdou Diouf, they don't hate him. We don't hate Adama Barrow. Abdoulaye Wade, it's not because they hate him. It's not because we hate Barrow. Macky Sall, it's not because we hate Barrow. And now they have Jomai. And if Jomai stays for 10 years, the Senegalese will tell him, no matter how handsome he is, mister, it is time to go away. How a country that wants to go forward should behave and think. It is therefore time for Gambians to ask for an end to the presidency of Adama Barrow at the end of his second term. Not for any personal grievances, but for the future and the destiny of our children. Therefore, I have to ask myself, what is the best possible option? As you know, I'm a politician. Over the past 5 years, I'm new in politics, new legal and policy politics, silent political kono. But in the and I have come to the conclusion that the United Democratic Party I have come to the conclusion that the best option to avoid a third term for the Kibaaro presidency is the United Democratic Party. My brothers are here. I appreciate it. Some of you may think, why are they here? Is it because it is UDP? I think the story is longer than that. Many of the people, you bury them figures. We can be on opposite side. I can disagree with Yankua, the Honorable Chairman. I can disagree with my uncle Sise. You have seen my debates with Sonko for the past 3 years. Very aggressive debates. Nothing personal about that. That was what I think at that time, and that was what we think. But it never spoiled our friendships. We kept talking. Silfo and so many other youths from the UDP have been to my house before, many times. Every time we have debate with Garmi and others at iAfrica, after the debates, we go and sit and drink attire and talk. Nko Gambian call politico manke nyo jawiyate. Politic be sorante. Most of us here, we come from political families. Some of us either our relatives or somebody, as Gambia is a small country. But I said they are here today because what is happening today is a continuation of so much dialogue that has been happening behind the scenes. And Monyantalo Naleko Kaboko Ninkari Manyoje Omatina Aleke Nyojaotin. I believe that the Gambia is one family. Many of us have relatives in every part of the country. And many of us have relatives in every tribe. I believe that politics is about opinions and not about personal differences. So in 2026, Mandumo Moya Usenu Dabo is the best person. Lawyer Dabo is the best person to take the Gambia to bring an end to self-entrenchment, to bring an end to the rule of Adam Barrow. Not just Adam like our brother. Even after a year, if he invites us, Chairman Honorable, we will go and talk to him. But we said Adam must not pass through December 2026. Many people say, it's just today I came to UDP. No. You know I'm coming from the video. It's nothing personal, as I keep on saying. I am saying that it's not a stranger to you. He has attended at least 4 or 5 of my naming ceremonies, my children. You don't know that. Let me tell you. But I am coming from a different political angle with him. It did not spoil the relationship between us. Politics did not spoil relationships either. 4 of my naming ceremonies, became lawyer, became the Padeyo. One young media, you know what they see. My Bakau people are here. Chairman. He came today and I asked him to help me. He has never met me. Today, met so many people in Bakau. My childhood friends are here. And I'm very pleased to appreciate them here with Dudo and others, the two Dodos in the Kibaaro Malti. We have seen you and observed you over the years. Politics, even if we are on opposite sides, I believe we can still work together to move the country forward. Lawyer Hussein Udawo, as I said, has gone to school with my father, Mr. Mayana, with my father-in-law, my uncle Bara. He brought me and gave me the first voter's card and tell me, Tapa is anyway. And I went and so when I'm at PDOIS, every time I meet Usenu, you never put a guy we come from different political parties. None of my guys. I'm telling you things which you didn't know. I am trying to say that the Gambian is one family. But we must all come together. I believe that Lawyer Dabo, as the party leader of the UDP, has the wisdom. He has the knowledge to lead the party. He has the experience. He has the track record. He's a good listener. For the past 5 years, I've been observing the UDP. One example, while Hussein Dabo was away in America or in Europe, executives of the party, some of the executives were vacant. And it's now people and these people you see around me here. They step in and they fill the vacant positions even before the party leader landed back to the country. That is a real democratic party. And party is then opposition as secretaries of the communal field to make a party leader be taken up. But why one money the UDP is perfect. But from outside, that is something I appreciate. And that party is capable enough to take the Gambia forward. My war Gambia. We are not going to Samuel Kata Hussein Tabo. They mamang water again. Manapoyo. So I'm a sad dom bujigen. Halay bujigen. Nanago alaji mungiri. Bopa mungi tanga. Ala bujigen bi hejna amna fumo say way legi ragal na bur dem si jekar bo xamne dina ko toroxal. Nga dang koy jox Ousseynou nga dang koy jox alaji parce que alaji nga xamne bopam mu ngi deuguer. Pabi is not going to hurt anybody. It is my uncle. He attends my naming ceremonies. He moves around with my family. And I went to another political party and I anything, one single dot that I have done something wrong. I believe that when he becomes president, anybody who against him and anybody for him, he will stand for them. I'm not a sorry, but I appreciate you all, and I believe that so many people here, I appreciate my brother when I saw him on media. What is the best possible option? As you know, I'm a politician. Over the past 5 years, I'm new in politics, new legal and jurassic politics, silent political. And I have come to the conclusion that the United Democratic Party
and a very good news for a political party, any political party would run a mile in excitement for that news, and we are indeed going to also have a laugh for that, because we are very, very delighted about that news. And as I said, we welcome Mamadi Kurang to the struggle, to the journey, to the strive to emancipate our people from the perpetual rule of one person in this country. Remember, Barrow came to power on the promises of ending self-perpetuity in power, because we had two leaders in this country who had been in power for more than 50 years. During that period, countries like America had 5 presidents. Many other countries in the UK had more than 6 or 7 prime ministers leading their countries. So the main reason many people believe, and I also subscribe to that view, and that is this: one reason why our country is still hadn't registered much progress within the last many years is because we have had very few leaders as presidents of this country. We had only 3 presidents. So we could have had many presidents within that period. Gambia celebrated how many years of independence? 53 years, or 60 years of independence. That could have been 6 presidents. But we are unfortunate to tell our children that we had only 3 presidents within that period. And 3 presidents, all they can show us is that of, I built a 500 kilometers road, and another can say I built maybe an arch when you are entering into Banjul, and what else? But still we are having so many of our youth dying in the rough seas, going to other nations in search of greener pastures. That is certainly not a record of success, but it's a record of failure. Failures that we want to put an end to. And we believe we can do that, but we cannot do it alone. And that's why it is very, very significant to have an important and also a patriot like Mamadi Kurang, who had done so much in his own contribution to this nation by educating so many people who have gone on to man significant portfolios in our government structures in this country. And he had done that, sometimes voluntarily, simply because he wanted to make sure that this country prospers. And I'm sure he is also a household name in the Gambian politics. A lot of people do listen to him. A lot of people are inspired by him. A lot of people are convinced by him. And today, the decision he made, I believe, would inspire many of those people if they are sitting on the fence to see to it that the United Democratic Party is the vehicle that will be able to liberate this country from the mismanagement, misappropriation of our funds by this national Puntum Pantam party of President Adama Barrow. I mean, you have all witnessed it not long ago. We had a minister came onto the public space to tell us that we are owing, or the country is owing Car Power $19 million. That's almost about $1.5 billion. Only for those people to turn up to say, no, they are not owing us anything. So what were they trying to do with that money? They were trying to steal that money, but on a broad daylight. Anyone that had done that in our society, you know what we would have done? Everybody would have shouted, "Sache, sache, thief, thief, thief," and we would have chased them. But these people, we have not done that to them. The audit reports have told us so many misappropriations that have happened to our public funds. You know, one thing why the average Gambian is suffering is because we have a government, successive governments have concentrated very much on what they call infrastructural development. Not much has been done towards improving the welfare of the Gambian people. So welfare has never been a priority for these successive governments. Only the welfare of those that are working within the state, for the state, have been considered or prioritized, but the rest of the masses were left to fend for themselves. And this is the reason why many of our youths felt hopeless and frustrated and felt desperate about their situation in this country. That can only be changed and alleviated by a political party, a government that understands that development is not only about building infrastructures, but development is about taking care of the welfare of your people, ensuring that everybody earns a basic minimum living standard. And we can assure you, a united Democratic Party government will not only invest on infrastructure, but will also invest on the welfare of the Gambian people. This is the government a government that promised our people that if you voted for us, we will improve your living standards from what it was before 2021. But the same president, I think it was barely 1 year into that second term, told every Gambian that you're going to pay at the hospital. It's no longer going to be free. Even healthcare is something that they were not willing to support the poor in this nation to be able to at least get that basic healthcare need or healthcare support. They didn't want to do that. So I don't want to spend much time talking. I know time is of essence here, but I just want to once again express our delight as a party and as supporters and members of the United Democratic Party to have been able to convince, and I know this wasn't an easy decision, was not an easy decision for Mr. Kurang to make. As he rightly said, he's not a novice in politics. He's a bit well experienced in politics and must have done a lot of consideration, a lot of mulling over, a lot of brainstorming and appraising of which particular party would serve not only my interest, but the interest of the greater number of this nation. And we are not surprised that he had made that decision, because we believe in that is what this party stood up for so many years. And when we campaign in my region, in the West Coast region, we promise the people of that region that that is what we're going to deliver. And I believe today many people felt that we have actually lived up to the promises and the expectations. I can promise you, who are in, and we tell you this, give us the benefit of the doubt. Just give us the benefit of the doubt. Just cast that vote to us. Give us 5 years. If we do not prove to you and we fail to live up to your expectations, get rid of us. But as Mr. Kurang alluded to, we cannot afford to give another president a third term in this country. And Barrow cannot be given a third term. And on that note, I conclude by congratulating and indeed welcoming my brother home, back home to United Democratic Party. I thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, moderator. We are delighted to be here. And we appreciate your coming. This is what we expect, and this is what you have been delivering. Anytime politicians call, our veteran journalists respond positively. On that note, we thank you for being here with us today. Our being here today is a significant moment, a moment wherein our own brother, Mr. Kurang, had made a decision, and that decision is a positive decision. We will assure him that the decision that he has taken today is the best decision towards many important things that will follow suit for the development of this country. I appreciate the chairman of Brikama Area Council. My own chairman, Ba Keba Kinte, is here with us. The community members of Bakau, chairwomen of various constituencies here present, the councillor of Banjul Ward, our chairman of Bakau constituency, Mr. Nyawur Koma, and many other important personalities who are here with us. We recognize all of your presence. Having been said here and listening to our brother, of the fundamental reasons he have highlighted that motivated him to join this, to make this important decision. One that stands out is the economy of this country. The economy of this country is at a very bad shape. We are just in the budget session. Today, in fact, was the budget debate. Imagine it touched areas of borrowing. Currently, if you look at this year 2026 budget, the estimate for 2026 is $36 billion. The estimate. But if you look at 55, if you look at the debt servicing, the money that will be utilized for our debt servicing is about 30% of that budget. The 30%, which is $13 billion, is going to be on the debt service. My brothers and sisters, when we look at our development sectors, the productive sectors, there is nothing much that we are giving that can significantly stability in terms of food self-sufficiency, our other welfare, like education and even security. So you see, sorry, that the economy that he took as a principal factor to inform his decision to join United Democratic Party is at a due course. He's an economist. He knows. But he has the belief that if Gambians come together and vote for His Excellency Lawyer Usainu Darboe, that economy will be restored. Productive sectors within our society will be reinforced, and money will go into the value of the goods. He is an economist. He knew all these things, he analyzed all these things, and he has made a final decision. Second point he highlighted is about our young democrats. My brother, if we successfully introduce two-term limit in this country, no president is going to be, a dictator in this country. No president. Because any president who wanted to be a dictator of this country would reflect his mind that I am here for only 10 years, maximum. After 10 years, where am I going to? You're coming back with the same people that you have been brutalizing. You will not like to do that. or you will not like to see yourself in that situation. So you will be a humble president, a servant for the community of the whole Gambia. And that decision also is well thought. Having said that, we have other speakers. We would say we appreciate your coming, and we believe your coming will take a progressive towards realization of our desire, the desire that will lead us to the greater Gambia. Thank you. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الحمد لله رب العالمين على كده من تبع من تكلم كيو من يلا كوفيم تنبلو فبي كفرانو نيوما جام مال بيا كلام تنيامين بركاتين ترو كولوني na Kibaaro bunda molla men mu journalist olti allod la warata baake allod la ni nyaata nyim banko kam baake ñi membe kering jambi pour que kuma kangol futandi molma kuma kan kuma pour que tandi molma ni kibar so correction to target no demo so allod la kuma thank all of you ni go auto nde content draw follow la mbari ndingola honorable Alhaji Mamadi Kurang me yalon ko amu politiko kono ntol funding kawli yakarangol ti ntol funding kawlu nkay yakam mol la politiko kono me yalon ko ay hormo soto ay daji ko beto soto andu ay londo fanan soto abuka diamuni ni diala ntol funding kawol membe politiko kono kala fi funding ke ba sifale la kayya ka wala adum Alhaji Mamadi Kurang be mol la kono men yalon ko ye londo sotole la londo fana ye horomo soto kono andu la politiko fana ika tamandin toñala so ni momen be o nyama ni ko anata kafu ila kafoma wom kontane ku bayti wom la fa bayti United Democratic Party mol men bebe jang chairman become area council Yankuba Dabo be konton na bake Honorable Kante Busumbala constituent chairman Bakau constituent councilor Banjul Ward West Coast Region United Democratic Party la dingol men bebe jambal be konton ndebe men fala drong Busumbala constituency la chairman be jamba keba ni fana konton bake ini Alhaji Mamadi la family fana ni be konton men yalon ko ye kata ko ke ilote ke pour ka jeko mafuta bitem bodo kato harmade woni be dina politiko kono hanna ga dunya dele befe bar ni la family mantare fe drum pentable bar kabila family be ko madron alhamdulillah rabbil alamin alaken tolti so family kawol tento kawol day kata jamal leketa ndikita ko hani me mula no munyo sen mota fane concept bile afana yala blessing dile pour ka je ko yene ka fu United Democratic Party ma ka fana tento ka jay afana mu molti melon kay kata kote pour kam futandi bi don bari United Democratic Party di wala ndem fola wala nyinti ko nkana ko men fo ay se ila mo yala ba musulma dino ni wuluta musulma dino kono yesangi tan kono to baluje fo sen tilta ta je fa mo wuluta kafiriya kono ma foko politiko men be karadola kafiriya I'm just trying to give you an analogy so that you understand amari nata adunda muslima ya kono ay sangi teme balu tilkine to ja fa ina be kananta muslima dino kono albe kananta wotol so men United Democratic Party lo wa do kala 1996 anen Alhaji Mamadi Kurang men jonta be kananta United Democratic Party kono United Democratic Party dingole kangomen soto yo kangole soto United Democratic Party alana ka kabu United Democratic Party ma is ala conviction ole me yalon ko abeloren tafundo le kan kadum ka United Democratic Party dingoti amanche ko ibeter kafola kono but it's to believe in certain set of principles and values. So those are the values Alhaji Mamadi Kurang has bought into today. And he believes that the best decision to rescue this country 2026 is to join the United Democratic Party. So one thing another cafe nimma. So Mbesa embrace na kalam tako do kore dem dema Gambia dimanu. Kaitan dalako. Useni dabo manna pour que president in this country. Our party leader is not coming to be a president in this country. He has already been a president. There has not been any politician in this country who has been celebrated and enjoyed the highest level of loyalty than Royal Hussein Dabo. Never in the face of this country. That has never happened. He has been the minister. He has been the vice president. He has never made a single block for himself to build a structure in this country. Audit reports from 2017 to 2019. No audit report has revealed that Royal Hussein Dabo has interfered with a corrupt activities with a budget of Gambian dollars. That has never happened in this country. This is Royal Hussein Dabo who has been brutalized and beaten, imprisoned by former dictator Yahya Jammeh. When he stepped his foot at the gate of Mile 2, after being imprisoned for 8 months, the first word he said, I have forgiven President Jammeh. That is enough for every Gambian. Hey, more than half of me, upon the community, Taware Yankubata, Ware Moduta, in the capital of Thailand, Nikayako. Royal Hussein Dabo current Yankubat. Atele Lumbo Sobat, Atele Lumbo Sobat, current Tantati, Atele experience Tantati, Atele Dunia current Tantati, Atele Gambian Kapuno Noma, Atele diversity Kapuno Noma, Atele President Sotan Ted, Atele Barfas from Ted Gambia. We come Gambia. I'm sorry to say this, and every time I step in back because I demand about it. I say kalam taw nyama, bu jamal la fata ba ko jam. Allah ba ko jam. The man clinic balla ba ko jam. Go just move 100 meters away from this building. You will have a testimony of the woman whose husband is lying on the floor because there is no baby in that health center. You will just go there. Go to that hospital. You will find somebody sitting in a wheelchair and a drip is posted on the person because there is no bed. If you say you want to impose charges on people for medical fees, but that has to be accompanied by the quality of service. That is not what we have today. Ni ko yesilo bida. Silo men kata karam mo le to karam mo me yalon ko ita kendo le je infrastructure beje. But silo men kata lo para to lo me yalon ko bor te je Mosel Palamantar Lopano. Amanda Karamu Yalanko, Pitel Monterje, Abu Karan Kendo Mantaro. This is infrastructure development. It should lead to those type of development. So the member I want to go. I meant to ask about our debt. As today where we stand, the bank of Juvenile Bella, $129.5 billion. What have been the bank already? $129.5 billion. Wala ben na bankola na banko juroom benna na bankola kodo billion teme billion wala min kononto anin talanteo o juroom benna bankola ni wo julo ta ka ta min tole ni mo economy sur le problème ka julo ta amante problème because banko dal men dunya ko ka julo ta ban mo julo ta ka dum mi kunna e ka julo ta ya dum mi kunna pour ta sembondi ye julo jo bari ko julo ka fenti to len tax ndi woden ka ko kana julo dol. As we stand today, the budget for 2026 is 55.3 billion. Billion and million Chenesaba. Where am I budgeted in the main defense for 2026?